house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 18 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Sean Latham. Yay! I want to wish Sean and everyone watching a happy 4th of July. I hope you guys are all having a great day. Yay, America! And also, if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. We have a lot of really fun other rewards on there too, so check it out. Alright, so let's just dive right in because we have a lot to talk about. So yesterday, Paulie, James, Frank, and Corey were all chatting in the HOH room. Ugh, these dudes are getting into bro mode. So they're even getting into dude bro mode, which is even worse. So they're feeling very comfortable in the game right now. They feel like they got this all locked up. They're like, wow, the other side really fell apart quickly after Jose left. Like, they knew that things were going to crumble a little, but not as quickly and to the extent that they have so far. I guess Jose really was the glue that was holding that group together. That part may have been true. But Corey was like, oh, some of the girls in this house are so clueless and they'll just believe anything. Ew! He's gross. But seriously, it's like kind of ironic because I feel like they could tell Corey that like Julie Chen got her start as a contestant on this show and he would believe it. Like, I feel like Corey would believe anything. But anyway, Paulie tells the group that he's still like ready to take the heat for nominating Victor after the power of veto ceremony. Like, he's ready for it, and they're just like, all right, bruh, go for it. So then Day, Zakia, and Michelle were all chatting in the Have Not room, and again, there's like, is this all-girl thing gonna happen or what? Because we've got two different all-girl alliances, and now there's been a lot of talk about bringing them together and going after all the guys. But Day was talking about how she's pissed that the guys keep moving Paul down on the target list because initially he was like all the way at the top. He was like top 3, and now he's just slowly moving down, and they're just like, why are the guys wanting to keep Paul so badly? Are they like trying to balance out the guys and the girls? Like, what is this? So they feel like they're cool with getting rid of Bronte next week because she's going after Nicole. But then you gotta get rid of Paul after Bronte. That's what they're saying. So they also agree, like, they can only trust each other and Nicole. So that means, just to clarify, the Fatal 5 minus Tiffany. I really hope we're not gonna have to change the name of Fatal 5 to, like, Fail 4, because that would be really sad. But they agree that Frank is running the house right now. Look at him. He's even sleeping up in the HOH room. Like, there's no doubt about it. So Day is like, Frank's gotta go soon. I mean, like, soon. And Michelle's just like, before or after jury? It seems like Michelle's a little bit attached to Frank, maybe. She's saying that she's not sure that they're gonna have the votes. There are a lot of guys. I mean, like, all the guys would probably vote for him to stay, and he seems to have Bridget, who would be voting to keep him. So they're worried about Bridget's loyalty where Frank is concerned. So Michelle's like, don't say anything about this to Bridget because she'll tell Frank. Honestly, though, like, I'm not sure if Bridget should be their main concern with Frank because I feel like Nicole would possibly rat them out to Frank. I feel like that could happen. But anyway, Nicole, Speak the Devil, joins them, and they're all discussing how the girls on the other side of the house want to work with them, and Davon's like, I'm not sure we can trust them. Like, I don't know if I want to set up an alliance with them, but maybe we can make some sort of, like, a deal or a truce with them, and say, like, we all go after the guys instead of each other. It's kind of like an alliance, but okay. So then Frank and Corey have a strategy chat in the backyard. They are freaking broing out. And they're both saying they don't like that Paulie is saying that he trusts Tiffany because they're both really close to Paulie. They've got like this bro trio going. And they see that Tiffany and Paulie are very close and they feel threatened by that. So Frank again is like, Tiffany's gotta go. She's gotta go like next week. So Corey's like, yeah, great. So then Corey also says that he's trying to distance himself from Nicole. He doesn't want to get mixed up in any kind of like showmance with her because it would put a target on his back. And he also was like, yeah, I wouldn't date Nicole for like a long time or like if ever. Alright, so then the two of them start talking endgame, and Frank kind of like implies to Corey that they're going to the final 2 together, But Frank says that to a lot of people. I could kind of see Frank wanting to go to the end with him, though, because I feel like he would easily beat Corey. But anyway, he's like, yeah, it would be good for the two of us to go to the final 3 with Zakiya, because there's no way that she would win. I guess he means the HOH competition or in the final 2. So, like, if she ended up in the final 2. But I think mostly he's talking about the final HOH. Because then he was saying they cannot bring Day or Michelle to the final 3 because they would both be good at that 3-part HOH competition. So that's like a huge threat there. And Corey's like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it now. All right, so then yesterday Big Brother gave them some alcohol, but they didn't really drink it. It was kind of sad because I feel like Big Brother was saying, you're boring, drink this, do something crazy. And they were just like, no, we're not going to. So they decided to save it just in case they don't get a 4th of July party. We'll see. But what if Big Brother's like, oh, you already have alcohol, you're not getting anything else? I don't know. So Tiffany and Day were chatting more about bringing all of the girls in the house together. Tiffany's like, Natalie, Bronte, and Bridget are all totally on board. They desperately want a girl to win. They're only going to nominate guys. So, like, we really need to get this going here. We need to start socializing with these other girls to open up the lines of communication and get this ball rolling. We'll see. I don't know. It's like, will this actually happen? I don't know. Meanwhile, we've got Natalie and James hosting a talk show with, like, a wooden spoon. This happens every season. But we know, because she said it multiple times, that Natalie actually has, like, a real crush on James. And she said that she would date him in real life. That's crazy. Like, totally unexpected, but sure. But it seems like she wants to start up a showmance with him. And she's, like, dropping all these hints during this talk show. He's asking her, like, oh, are you in a showmance? And she's like, I don't know, but I think there's one brewing. She was talking about him. But anyway, I don't know if I see James going for that because she is, like, on the other side of the house, and that could get James in a lot of trouble with his alliances. So I don't know if I actually see that happening, but Natalie has also been trying to start talking game with him because she's like, I have fun flirting with him, but I need to actually, like, make a game connection with him. So later on, she was asking James, like, if you were the next HOH, who would you put up on the block? And he was not giving her any information. He was just like, well, I don't know. Guess I'm going to have to see what the house wants. And he tells her a few times, like, this early in the game, you do not want to go against the majority. You got to do what people want and just, you don't want to make waves. So by him not giving her any information, it definitely tells me, like, he's keeping her at arm's length right now. So last night, there was another silly, ridiculous thing that I'm calling Pizzagate, where Frank freaking snapped at Nicole and James because there were these, like, I think it was 2 frozen pizzas in the oven, and the timer went off, so Nicole and James took them out of the oven, and Frank was like, why'd you do that? Like, you took out the pizzas too early, you effing idiots. He said the real thing. And they were just, Nicole was like, but the timer went off. So he was like, yeah, but I just did that so I could check them. But he was, like, really pissed about it, and it was, like, totally unnecessary, and it got a little tense, and it seemed like Nicole was actually upset about the way Frank was talking to them. So then I'm just thinking, like, now you know why Tiffany was so upset those other times. Yeah. So anyway, this morning they had the power veto ceremony, and as expected, Paulie used the POV on Paul and then nominated Victor in his place. So that part of the backdoor plan is done. Now they just gotta vote him out. So it's Victor against Bronte and Tiffany on the block. So after the ceremony, Paul is all like, I warned you, Victor, which he did. But anyway, moving on. The guys were day drinking the alcohol today from the night before, and a couple of them got a little silly. Victor and Corey were, like, snapping towels on each other's butts. It's just the guys blowing off some steam together. Is Corey gonna get any sick bro pics today? I don't know. Pull out that HOH camera or something. Alright, but in all seriousness, Victor began his campaigning today now that he's officially up on the block. So he was talking to Frank and Nicole, and they were just like, yeah, we'll vote out Tiffany if that's what the majority's doing. And Victor is like totally eating this up. He's believing them. And it's just like, the same thing happened last week and you're falling for it again. Like, I respect that Victor's going around and campaigning and he's not being nasty about it. That's great. But like, freaking, you're gonna have to do better than that. So then he was talking to Day and he's like, I'm strong. I can protect you. I can win competitions. And Day's like, I got no need for you to go. Like, I want Tiffany to go. She said that to him. I was a little surprised that she said that to him. But, Victor's like, yeah, well, guess what? I won the roadkill competition this week, and I nominated her. We know! Everyone knows! Everyone in the house knows! But Day's just like, oh, that's great! So she hugged him, and she was just like, yeah, let's do this. Again, pretty sure she's voting Victor out this week. So then Victor was talking to Polly, and he's like, dude, no hard feelings. I totally understand why you put me up on the block. I get it. And I would still love to work with you in the future. So he's like, we're both strong. I'm good at competitions. You're good at competitions. Let's do this. I almost have enough votes to stay. And Polly's like, yeah, man. Like, talk to this person, and we'll see where we're at. Alright, so the house gifts have been on an indoor lockdown for a while because of this 4th of July party that CBS usually has on their lot. There's all music and stuff, so they can't be having that on the feeds. But I'm wondering, is Big Brother going to give them a party or what? I mean, like, clock is ticking here. I'm not even wearing a watch. Clock is ticking here, so we need to get this going. Usually they do give them food and, like, music and alcohol, and the feeds go down for an hour or two, and usually the have-nots are allowed to eat the food too, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it's going to happen after the CBS party. We'll see. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Victor actually has a chance of staying this week? Let me know. And until tomorrow, much love.
Edit.